Okay.
Practice. Syllable.
Yeah.
Syllable.
No, it's syllabus. Syllabus.
Syllabus.
Syllabus. The quick brown fox. Okay, here we go. Episode 88. Erin Taormino.
Dude,
I know. We haven't done this in a while.
you come back from China with
Just
some
like-
extra
It's
energy.
aggressive.
Yeah, I know.
But
Got a
I
little
must
crazy.
say, you look so nice.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Okay, do the
wow.
thing.
We
Do the
are
thing.
back. And as always, we have Gunny Matheson, Joe Schmidt, and our special guest tonight, Erin Taormino.
He said it.
Fresh off the
got it.
World's Greatest Horseman Championship. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's pretty great. That is super cool.
Women have been stepping up in the horse business, like just winning everything lately. Huh?
Yeah, 100%. But I feel like in the cow horse, there's been a longer history of women being able to be competitive than in the reining horse business. But I feel like the world's greatest is a whole nother thing because the roping is something. How long have you been roping? Like, is that something you've been doing forever?
No, actually, Jackie just sent me a video of the first time I roped the dummy, and it was in 2021.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you have both of your thumbs? Any
Got 'em.
scarring? Any
no,
scarring?
No,
Okay.
they're there. We're good. Yeah, 2021, I roped the dummy at Ken and B Braze for the first time. And then I run live steers for the first time. I think it was 2022 at Jackie and Charlie's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's fast. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty to handle that kind of a pressure situation. Only roping for a few years, but Kate and I were talking about it the other day about, it's roping in practice versus roping under that pressure, but you're used to pressure all the time. I mean, people that walk in the pen, I mean, you still gotta be good. So I'm assuming when you back in the chute, you just go to default mode and okay, this is swing the rope and
This year,
stick it on 'em.
This year I was more confident than the years past. The first year, I remember saying to myself, like, I felt like I was just there to get a feel for it. I really had no clue what to expect. And the pressure that I put on myself the first year, I basically did a Hail Mary and it didn't work at all. Last year, I caught in the prelims, and then I remember walking in that arena for the finals, and it was a pretty crazy feeling because with what they do for the opening ceremonies with the smoke and stuff, and the first event they have after the opening ceremonies is the steer stopping. And so when you walk in there, it is so hazy, and so it's the craziest feeling. And last year, I remember I felt pretty okay until I walked in the arena, and then I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And I think it was just lack of experience this last year when I walked in there, and everything was fine, but I missed. And I think I lost a little bit of concentration and focus in that atmosphere. But then this year, it was a completely different feeling. I walked in there and I had more confidence in my horse. I had more confidence in the box. And for me, that was where I didn't really know the first year how to handle anything. That box was a whole new animal. Seeing the start, and knowing how to get your horse to leave off your hand is something that until you do it a few times, it's really a little bit difficult. So, but this year with Tate Kirchenschlager, he helped me a ton with seeing the start and leaving the box, and that I think is what changed this year from the previous 2 years.
So you've won a lot. Do you feel sometimes like at an event you're kind of just in the zone?
Yes.
I mean, you're locked in and you feel good about it, and
Yes.
yeah,
That's what it felt that night. I've said to a couple people, I said, I don't know, like sometimes things seem so hard and you try so hard and nothing really lines out. But that night it felt like that horse felt amazing. He felt on, and it felt easy. It's not easy. Like, we all know it's not easy, right. But for some reason, it felt like easy. It felt easy when it happened that night. And we know it's not, but it just how it fell into place. I mean, I drew the cows I needed. I drew the steer I needed. I had a steer that ran but didn't leave me. My horse, he for as many runs as we put on him. He felt good in the reining. And in the herd work, I was first out, and actually that kind of stressed me out a little bit. I hate being first, let alone first of the whole thing, but it fell into place.
Yeah, it might have even taken a little pressure off being first. Just
Yeah.
go do your thing.
Yes.
And put it
Yeah.
on them.
Glad it was done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. How much do you rope at home?
Not much until about November.
Yeah.
And then I try to, I'll either rope the dummy every day. And then this is the first year we had steers at our house. And I would run, when my arena was dry, I would run steers at my house myself.
Yeah. So all your roping is basically for that event.
Yes.
You don't
Yeah.
you don't rope anywhere else. You don't go to team ropings or
No.
do anything like that.
No. I probably should, but I don't.
Yeah.
It would benefit me.
Well, it worked.
It
worked pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you got plenty to do, you know. I mean, a lot of those guys, like, it's such a diverse group because you started to rope in 21 and roping steers in 22, but a lot of those guys, they rope every day for what they do, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of them are ranchy and out there doing it, and those guys are.
They were roping before the world's greatest horseman in the alleyway to kill time between runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I literally just started roping to do this event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. How, you think there's probably a lot of people that are in that same boat though,
I think so. I think, and the more, I mean, you guys know how hard it is when you go down the road with as many derbies and fraternities and all the horse shows. I mean, as soon as World's Greatest was done, it's like you kind of set it to the side, and we'll come back and stress about it in November again of next year. But because it's not what we do for a living, so it's not a priority. And it maybe should be, because we could probably have more confidence in it and be better at it, but it's absolutely not a priority.
Yeah, not something you're focusing on throughout the year to prepare for.
But I mean, we should, because I've found the more I did it at home, even reps on the dummy, your arm stays in shape better, so you don't go through that period of time of feeling weak, or I felt weak anyway. So.
Well, I think we always watch it. Every year we watch it. We were at a horse show this year, so we couldn't be there, but everybody's on their phones and on the computers and watch. It's one of the fun events to watch. But I think it was, personally, I think it was good you were first out, because some of the other top scores in there missed steers. Yeah. And I think you don't need that on your head, you know? You just go out, do your thing.
No, I was actually kind of happy that I could just go in there, be in that first set, get it done. And honestly, once I roped that steer, I was like, okay, now I can go horse show.
Yeah.
Like that was even in the morning when I woke up, I went and roped the dummy before the herd work. Like all I was just thinking about this roping, but as soon as I roped that steer, I was like, okay, now we can relax and go horse show.
Yeah. Now you can do what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I kind of remember you getting your breakthrough at the snaffle bit. You made the finals on one, and you were in the middle of the pack of the finals until the fence work. And then you marked a 228 down the fence, and you ended up second. Mm-hmm. Was that your big break in the cow horse deal? And you remember what year that was?
2015.
Was that year we were out there? Was that the last year it was in Reno?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like the way she reacted to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, we were there.
Yep.
We had to go out there because our wives weren't behaving the year before. So we felt like
I remember embarrassingly meeting Nick Dowers there, and he had a cool horse in the ring. He run his circles wide ass open, right? Mm-hmm. Went fast, so real pretty bay horse that year. Well, I don't know, between the sets, I went to the bathroom and was peeing, and I'm standing at the urinal, and Nick Dowers walks in, stands right next to me. It's a guy code. You're not supposed to talk to the guy next to you. Yeah. I said to him, dude, your circles were badass. We're peeing. Totally broke the guy code. He couldn't keep a straight face. We had to laugh about it. Yeah, I had a fun time. Awkward. Yeah, it was awkward, but it doesn't embarrass me. I had fun with it.
No, I think you live in awkward a little bit.
Yeah. And then, with that fence run, they kind of used it in the Down the Fence movie too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't remember what year that came out, but it was a year or two later, wasn't it?
I think it was the year after, because they put that fence run in in the
story,
in the after clips.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So what's the part of all the events? What's the part you're the most comfortable with?
oh man.
It's got to be the fence work, because if you do it wrong and look like an idiot and go, "That stupid cow, that cow got me."
Yeah.
I mean, that thing didn't want to cooperate. You know what? I'm going to buy him. We're going to grill him. He's dinner tonight.
On my older horses, I would say, like my bridle horses, I would 100% say the fence work, because I know, unfortunate, like the bridle horses I have right now, I can just let them
Just do it.
And if we draw the right cow, or if we don't, I know they're gonna help me out no matter what. So like for this event, 100%, I would say the fence work. I knew that horse would help me. So even when as tired as they are after the 3 events that they've already previously done, I knew that he felt so good and ready to go. Honestly, he was tired, but he still physically felt good after the reining, that I knew that I had enough horse to go down the fence. So
Yeah. So you know what I've always wondered about that, a little bit off, well, not really off topic, but a little bit off topic. If you so a lot of times cow comes out there, tail over his head, runs off. You work him a minute and then you get blown off. And then another one comes out and you work it a minute and then it gets blown off. Do you feel that's a disadvantage to your horse if you have to get blown off of a couple of them?
yeah. And fortunately now they have that new rule that you can, after 2 cows, I think you can go out and then come back in.
Okay.
They passed it now, because before, you would have to keep working.
Yeah, get like 3 or 4 cows.
Yeah, and your horse is so smoked, so maybe by the time you finally get a good one, you got nothing left. But now the new rule is actually really nice. You get 2 cows. If you get blown off that one, you can leave and come back. I think it's at the end of the set, or if you're at the end of that set, I think it's the end of the next set or something, and then get your next cow.
And would you do that, or do you feel like, okay, I'm here, I got myself in the right frame of mind, I'm here, let's just go?
I would do it. I would probably have to see like how long they left me on the first 2 cows. If they left me on for a long time and my horse was aired out, I would absolutely leave. If they just left, if they were, how sometimes they come out and they'll just like run right over the top of you, and you only maybe made 1 move, I 100% would stay in and just go and take the chance. And then if they blew another one, then I would probably have to assess, which that's happened before too. They've blown 2, you stay for the 3rd, they blow another one, and then that gets to be a lot.
Yeah.
But I have actually done both. And if they leave me on for a long time, I'll leave if my horse is aired, because depending on the cattle that day, I mean, if they all seem to be trying, then I think it's best to leave and come back with a fresh horse. But if I just make a couple moves, I'll stay, because I'm already kind of amped up and they're
ready.
And I'm like, okay, I just need to get this done.
Yeah.
What is the criteria where they say, okay, you get a new cow? Is
Yeah, because it never makes sense
so
when you're
loaded.
watching. It never makes sense. We can never go, oh, he's totally going to get called off.
I know if you're running down the fence and the cow is coming into you, they'll blow it off because they don't want the cow to cut in front of the horse and kill you. Right?
I think if there's a lack of control there, they will blow it. But then sometimes, a lot of times, they might be just whistling you out too. If that cow comes into you and you can't move, I know, like as far as pretty new, like if you have a cow that comes in and you're in position and it runs over you, they will give you a new cow.
Gotcha.
Right? Sometimes it gets a little like it's on their opinion. If you roll out of the corner, it shuts down before the middle marker. If you're too high on it, they won't give you a new one and they'll make you take it. Or if you're too far back and it runs in front of you,
they'll make you deal with it.
yes.
So if you're in bad position, they're not going to help
position
you
and control is a lot of what determines it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you think, you don't have to answer this if you don't want, but do you think there's certain people that get the benefit of the new cow over, like if you're somebody that's not really a famous person versus somebody that is a famous person?
I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'll take that as a yes.
A lot of uneducated people say that, but no.
Aaron, hey, here's some life advice for you on the way home. Do not start playing professional poker. Okay?
Deny.
I have no idea. Straight face.
Yeah.
Okay?
This wasn't on the criteria for this podcast.
No. We don't set anybody up for success.
That's right.
We
This is so loaded.
we sabotage them.
Yeah. Just be honest.
Next subject. Yeah, I told you you'd want to drink. I told you that's going to keep you busy. When you don't want to answer questions, you just pick up the drink.
That's funny.
Yeah. So you and I, we've known you for a very long time. You started, did you start at Todd's?
No, I worked for Ralls for a few years before Todd.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't, we went to some shows, not a lot of shows. And honestly, when I went to work for Ron, I had really no idea what the cow horse was. I just come from the all around world and
You came from loping slow horses to winning them. Holy moly.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Slow lopers.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big change. So you worked for, how long were you at Ron's?
4 years.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then Todd's at 5. for
5 years. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
That's
you know
a long
what?
time of grinding. I mean, that's a long time of working for somebody. You know?
It is, but look at
Pay your
the
dues.
but look
Good-
at the
good
result.
people.
We
Two
talk
good
about
people.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time about how many people, and you go through it. I'm sure, just like we do.
Yeah.
People that show up and hey, I've been here 6 months. How come I'm not showing horses?
Yeah.
Like I want to show your horses.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that is the proof right there.
Yeah.
9 years of grinding it out, and
You know, someone told me once when I was first starting, they said, if you're going to do this, you pick 2 people, like just pay attention. You pick 2 people that have a solid program and have a successful business. And, I mean, I was very fortunate to fall into Ron's, and he taught me so much foundation, like on a young horse. Like it was incredible. What he taught me, no one else can. And then when I went to Todd's, I mean, Todd speaks for himself, right? He's an amazing horseman. He has an incredible business, and he taught me as much about horse training as he did running a business while we were there.
Probably one of the top 5 most sarcastic human beings I've ever met in my life.
And you know,
You can say nice things about him. I can put him down. It's our show. I can do it. I can say whatever I want.
I will say all the nice things, and you can say everything else.
It's just
But between those 2 guys, I feel like, you know, and this is the other thing that I've, you know, even the girls or the help that has come to me, I'm like, it doesn't matter even what program you go to, but you can't expect to be there for 6 months and think you know their program and think you're going to be able to leave that program and go train your own horses. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was at Todd's for 3 years before I finally was understanding what he was trying to teach me, and like put it to actual work and the process of it. And then by the time I left, I could do Todd's program. I felt like very successfully for Todd. But then when I left Todd's, it was a whole new trying to make his program apply to me and then back, because I showed a little bit but not enough, right? So when he was helping me, I felt like I was a successful under him. But then when I had to go and try to apply it for myself and make it all like function,
you second guess every decision because you don't have somebody there
I
reassuring you.
second guessed everything, and I stumbled and I fell and I got frustrated, and I had to kind of evolve. And then you go to riding with people that you respect their programs and that you think will help your program, but not completely screw it up, you know? And you have to go through all those people, and it was a process. But the nice thing about it is I always had a solid foundation to come back to, because I knew their program's so good. At least I had something to fall back on.
yeah. And sometimes you need to get rid of the safety net to figure shit out.
Yeah. It was the scariest thing I did, was leaving, because I was so comfortable there. But it was probably the best thing I ever did.
Yeah, you got to go.
You got to go. You can only stay then you come a point where you can only stay for so long, right? Before you're just stuck.
Right.
So
100%. I mean, I think it's kind of what we always talk about. You get about 3-4 years, and then it's with somebody, no matter how good a help they are, and then it's kind of
yeah.
5 years.
How long did you struggle on your own before your break in 2015?
2015,
Or when did you start your own business?
2014, I made my first open finals for gardeners on a gelding that they had. And then 2015, I was reserve.
When did you leave Todd's?
End of the beginning of 2014.
Oh, gotcha. So you didn't struggle very long at all.
Well, no.
That was easy.
I was reserve at the snaffle,
Yeah,
but in
a little
20
bit dramatic there.
Jeez.
Sounds simple.
Oh, yeah.
there's a catch.
I took an easy year, then I was second.
Yeah. I was bummed for a little bit.
After,
They made a movie about
I had
me,
this one bad day in January, and
and then I was good.
after I was reserve in 2015, there was a rough patch for a minute.
Okay.
There was a pretty good rough patch. I had some pretty early success, and then I felt like I fell flat on my face for like it was a minute. I was down there for a little while, and I won myself. The part that hurt was that in 2015 was reserved at the snaffle bit, and I won myself out of the limited
Yep.
Yeah.
and the intermediate.
So you just had the big kids class.
And I went straight into the big kids class, and I had good horses, but I don't think I had 100% that caliber of horses, you know? And then I had the lack of experience, and then you throw in the doubt.
Second guessing everything.
Everything.
I'm not good enough, and
And
then you can't be good
You
enough.
can't get the horse that you were reserve on shown because things are good, you know? And then it kind of starts to crumble a little bit, and then you have a rebuilding phase, and then I finally got back into the intermediate, and you just keep grinding it out and riding and trying to get better stock and buy your own horses that you think are going to be good and show them so you can stay relevant on one good horse if you don't have all the good horses coming to you yet, because you're still technically a limited rider in the open
right.
cow horse classes.
Well, with the good friends that I've been fortunate to have, they keep me down all the time. So I just have accepted my fate.
Let's keep you humble.
I just accepted my fate that I'm just not that good.
Hey, coming off of a fresh 223.5 at Tulsa.
Hey, I did something right. Yeah,
Winning $1,700.
Yeah, 1,700. Hey, sold them today.
Nice. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Well, the cow horses just since it's moved to Fort Worth, it's just taken off.
Yes.
Huh? Been the best decision.
They
ever.
said there was over 100 in the youth there.
In the youth World's Greatest?
Oh, I don't know.
Or the
some
youth, I mean,
class.
the youth bridal class was huge.
Yeah, they said there was over 100.
Yeah, the youth bridal class was absolutely huge. The youth World's Greatest, I think, had as many entries as they'd had, and I'm not going to say a number because I'll be lying, but there was a lot.
But that being said, if I was a little kid and I went to one of y'all's horse shows with those intros with the fireworks and their announcer guy that they have, it's freaking exciting.
Yeah,
it
who
gets
wouldn't want to be there?
Who wouldn't want to be there?
Yeah.
Now, do you like the arena in Reno better than down there in Fort Worth?
The arena in Reno for young horses is amazing because you have all the time in the world to go down the fence.
Big wide arena, long arena.
Yeah, going down the fence in Reno was so fun. Yeah. It was so fun. The cattle were always really good, and I mean, you had a wall to rate for days.
The alcohol tastes better in Reno.
Well, it's a better spectator arena, I think.
Casinos were more fun. The urinals were more fun in Reno. The urinals were more fun in Reno.
Hanging out with Nick.
I met all kinds of people in there. After that, it broke the ice. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I don't want to call anybody out. Well, I can't really because I don't know who it was. But I was in the bathroom in Florida there.
Somebody didn't wash their hands.
No, I didn't even have a chance. They just walked in and they wanted to shake my hand. I was going to the sink. I'm like, wait a minute. No, I can't do that.
You didn't even fist bump them or anything?
No,
Not even.
no. It's just it was kind of awkward moment. It was one of those moments where like,
place.
Yeah, I think you can elbow in that situation.
Yeah.
Or air elbow.
yeah.
I think that's what Howie Mandel does.
I don't know if he was on that. I don't know if we were on the same wave.
Yeah, the whole bathroom interaction thing, that's funny.
Yeah, very strange. Hey, you're having your range field on there.
Hey, baby, I want to be up all night.
Attaboy.
I want to be, tweaking, reviewing the footage, going over where we could be better, Ranch Fuel is going to help me do that.
Nice.
Even though I'm not going to do that, but.
We do love our ranch fuel. We have a huge, big refrigerator. We go through a ton of ranch fuel at the bar.
Cheers to the tens of followers. We have tens of followers. Do you know that?
That's,
meet 'em all
that's
the
what we
time.
call our group.
I meet them all the
Tens
time.
of followers.
I meet them all the time. They introduce themselves. I'm one of the tens of followers.
Yeah.
Met hundreds of them. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I have not been at a horse show. Honestly, I have not been at a horse show in the last 2 years where I haven't had at least 10 people walk. One guy, it was great at Florida. One guy's walking by and he just goes, grow the show. Never even stops. Just keeps walking by.
Dude, it happened to me at the world's greatest. We were leaving, and somebody sitting next to the horseshoe said, grow the show.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is probably
Awesome.
probably the pinnacle of your career right
Yeah.
here.
That's right.
I mean,
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
cut-
This is
You thought that movie was a big deal?
yeah, this is how you know you've made it. Being here.
yeah.
Being
I
at
mean,
this table.
winning the world's greatest horseman, that's okay.
That's
That's
pretty cool.
something.
Yeah.
But that gets you here.
Gets you here. It's a
Yeah.
stepping stone.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
got to do something big to make it here.
Maybe now that you've won it, it's 2025. Do they need to change the title of it?
No.
Is it
Horse
is
person.
it world's greatest horse person?
Yeah, no, it's perfect as Horseman.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. It can stay Horseman.
Democrat.
Jesus.
I'm not supposed. We're not supposed to talk politics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're not here. I let it slip all the time.
Yeah, he does. He does slip a little bit. But
At least I covered your mic.
yeah, nobody heard it. Right? For sure, nobody heard it.
My voice doesn't carry.
No.
No, but and when did you and Anthony get together? Was that in Oregon?
No, Gainesville.
Anthony, your wonderful husband.
Yes. Yeah,
Let's not leave him out of this whole equation.
They met in the most romantic place in the earth,
Gainesville, Texas.
Yeehaw! I was down there working for that old Ron Ralls, and he was down there working for
Ron
the
Ralls.
truck stop. I don't know where he was working.
Yeah, he was hauling horses or something at that time, right?
So we met at Babcock Ranch. Yeah,
Even better.
even better.
Man. Man.
Yeah, he came to work for Ron, and I was there loping cutters for Del Bell for a brief period before I went to work for Ron.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Del Bell. Yeah, I
It
know.
was
Del.
love
I've
at
named from
first
the
sight
past.
in Gainesville, Texas, the most romantic place in the world.
Yeah.
Did y'all go to the Silver Spur?
Heck yeah, I got kicked
Yes!
out.
Yes! I love it.
Dude.
The Silver Spur. That
that
is not a name I've heard for a while.
Yeah.
You know, they tore that place down.
I saw
Good, that's
they
probably
told
good.
me They probably needed to.
No, it was wonderful.
Dude, I saw
Love
Merle
that place.
Haggard playing there.
The first time I went to the Silver Spur, I was a minor and got kicked out.
They kick you out fast, too. They
kick you
catch
out
you
so
so quick.
fast.
Everybody would try to do that.
They
though.
show
Yeah.
no mercy.
No, they would
don't
catch you
care.
so fast. You think you'd be all like,
Try
oh,
to
they don't know, they
Try
don't
to
know.
scrub the X off and replant the. They
And
kick you out.
there's 4 cop cars at each door on the way out,
Yeah.
and you walk through like a line of cops as you're walking out of the place. They're like evaluating you.
Oh,
The
and they just
Silver
catch you.
Spur-
If you drive off,
Yeah.
they catch you
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
Get him, get him.
The Silver
terrible.
Spur was amazing. So when I was working in Italy, the Silver Spur was at its height.
Yeah.
So I would come back here for the winter months. I was at the Spur 6 nights a week.
Oh, no
yeah. Yeah.
Really?
They
That's
had
his
the,
romance story. He met Mandy at the Silver Spur. She was a minor too.
that's true.
None of that's true, but it feels like a fairy tale, baby. It feels like the right thing.
Hey, we don't need to be making up stories for my romance to be a fairy tale. It is pretty wonderful.
Pretty wonderful.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, the Spur, you walk in and you go you straight to the bar, right
Yes.
to the dance floor, left to the pool
Left to the pool
tables.
tables. Yeah.
I was always at the pool tables.
He
I
turned
was
left. It's amazing that he's such a right-wing person, turning left all the
Yep.
time.
always into the pool tables. And that was back in the day when everybody played pool for money. Mm-hmm. Mandy was out of town once here a couple of years ago. I went into Denton there, and I thought I'm gonna scare me up a few games, win a little money, whatever. I was a pretty decent pool player. Kids today don't play pool for money. It's sad. It's really sad. I don't know what's wrong with kids
Well, you're in
today,
the
damn it.
wrong area, probably. I bet the young kids don't, but you go.
I did.
You know,
I did bump into Brendan Clark and Matt Gaines at the World's Greatest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Both of which are still avoiding the ping pong match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Gaines got injected 2,500 times in his shoulders and something. I don't know. He's getting brand new again, and Brendan Clark had some other kind of excuse.
Yeah, no, the only thing I could really say about those two, chicken shit.
yeah,
Scared?
they're scared.
They're scared.
No, I'm putting all my
scared.
money on you guys. I've seen it.
For
There's
sure.
no way. These guys are
sure.
good. I don't even play ping pong because of them.
After Todd and Anthony were here, one fraternity, and y'all played ping pong, I don't know. They came home. Todd immediately went and bought a ping pong table and set it up in the barn, and they played ping pong all one weekend, and they're going to kill me. Both of them.
They were tired of it.
So sore from bending over picking up
the
the
ball.
That's
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what happened.
your ass will hurt.
Yeah.
You play enough.
The next day, they're like, gosh, dang, what? And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
No, because you had the ping pong table set up in the barn here. when
In the
Todd was
barn,
here.
yeah. When Todd had come here, we had the ping pong table set up in the barn.
Yeah.
Todd
They were like, they were good. We need to get
Oh,
better
yeah.
for next year. So they started practicing, and I think it lasted like 2 weekends, and then we never
Yeah.
put the
Done.
big one done.
as good as he is at horseback riding, he's just that bad at ping pong. Yeah.
No, the McCutcheons, they got some talent in ping pong.
Yeah.
I heard about it.
Yeah. Gunny, he bought. So Gunny, let me tell you
I
a
bought
story.
Tom, yeah.
Quick story about that ping pong table. So Gunny bought the ping pong table, brought it to the barn, and I said, "Go get a ping pong table." So he
That
got
being said, I bought a $400 ping pong table, making $800 a month.
it. Yeah, but I was going to pay him back. And when he got there, Gunny's a bit of a gambler. I don't know if you know that about him, but Gunny likes to gamble on everything, and he says, "I'll just play you double or nothing for this ping pong table."
Okay.
Yep.
He owned the ping pong table.
But but anyway, yeah, no. If we ever get Matt and Brendan here, we're gonna stick it on them on video.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to see that.
Yeah, we need it. We need Matt. Matt's been gonna come up a couple times to get on the show, but it's just never worked out. But I'm not invested emotionally.
It's not the same.
No.
It's not the same.
No,
That's his baby boy. He
Yeah, you
likes
gotta
that.
let the boy win.
I take it soft
sometimes.
on my baby boy.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not invested emotionally in those games. But I guarantee you, if Brendan and Matt come, they're gonna have to wear helmets. We're gonna have to get them helmets because we are just gonna be smashing them balls.
Oh, we're gonna have to get him tissues. They're gonna be crying like
Oh yeah,
baby.
yeah, for sure. Anyway, back to Erin.
Yeah.
Sorry, we
we
get
get-
No,
sidetracked
it's
a lot.
amazing.
Yeah, we
Get
get.
off topic. It's that blueberry ranch show. It gets me all jacked up.
Yeah, for sure. It does.
Yeah, sitting next to any girl gets me all jacked up. But yeah. There was a few episodes ago that I was spaced out sitting next to a pretty girl. I couldn't really say much because I was starstruck. Trying to be more communicative this time. Okay, not to embarrass you. I'm trying to.
No, we're just gonna let him die down there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I'm comfortable in my own skin, you guys. I'm fine looking like an idiot or a genius. Doesn't bother me.
Tell us about meeting Nick Dowers again.
Dude. Urinal right next to me.
Right next to you. Like, was there a wall though? Like,
Oh, yeah,
the
there was a wall.
partition.
Yeah, you
so it
couldn't-
wasn't
So you had
totally
to, like,
weird.
look back and around.
Yeah, you were.
No.
down there, Nick.
couldn't just turn your head. You had to like,
No. The partition was high enough you could just see the guy's face.
Yeah.
So I thought it was appropriate to talk to him. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no peeking going on.
You're tall though. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
easy to peek.
Yeah, so is he, but that thing's too short for anybody to see.
Yeah. I mean,
Right there.
like I'm no Democrat, but I feel like every urinal should have it should be a law. You got to have a barrier in between.
Yeah,
There was a barrier.
all the way to the ceiling. There's
All
no
the way.
reason, no reason
No.
to have a half wall.
No, you shouldn't even have to
Nothing.
watch.
It wasn't.
somebody
It
do
wasn't a
that.
half wall. Like it was a neck high wall. It was
Yeah.
just Nick Dower standing there. I had to fucking talk to him. It was Nick Dower. He's fucking badass.
It's fucking famous, man. My dream.
He just ran them circles with them range draped wide ass open. I thought it was badass. I thought it was so badass. You tried to buy the damn horse.
I did try to buy the horse, but I wasn't going to talk to him at the urinal.
That's because you weren't standing there next to him. It was a situation.
He made you comfortable, didn't he?
I'm comfortable in my own skin anywhere I go.
Okay. I'm sorry we had to put you through this.
It's okay.
This is pretty normal, though.
Good fun. So what was it like working for Ron Ralls? You said
What was it like working for Ron Ralls?
Yeah.
Let's change the subject.
subject, yeah.
Let's go back to the good old days,
Yeah.
back in the Gainesville days.
Because everybody talks about how he's so into the foundation, and I mean, he just picks
No.
it apart.
Wait,
Yeah.
and I got one more question first.
Okay.
When you were a minor, how old was Anthony?
Not a minor.
I knew it.
I'm not the only one.
He's not the only one.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
Scout's honor. She was 18. Scout's honor.
I'll swear.
Eagle Scout, baby. Eagle Scout.
But see, I was legal in Canada. Does that count?
No.
Canadian.
No.
Hey there, you're
Georgia.
Canada.
Hey
Yeah.
there. She's Canadian, man.
Canada, I think it's 14. Them girls is pretty at 14.
Oh God. No, that sounds like Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's Alabama.
It's the same.
No. You'd be like, hey, that's 14, eh?
Isn't there a southern part of Canada that sounds like Alabama?
Probably.
Hey, you just got to put
Yeah,
an
hey,
A.
that's right.
Them girls pretty at 14. Hey.
Yeah. I think that's Amish.
Yeah,
though.
they
That
sound
sounded like Amish.
Yeah.
Fucking Mennonites.
Yeah, I'm no Shane Gillis, that's for sure.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Anyway,
Ron
okay,
Ralls.
Yeah,
Ron Ralls.
Back to Ron Ralls and horse training.
Yes. Good.
Dude, Ron Rawls helped me out that Rain Cow Horse celebrity deal one time. And he only said like one sentence to me. And I thought I was going to die with the way he looks at you. Like, he has very intimidating eyeballs. Like, just whatever you do, don't take your eye off the cow.
cow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whatever you tell me to, drill sergeant.
Yeah. But
That's
no, he's
scared to death.
intense. He's intense
Yes.
with his ideas
yeah.
and you know.
Intense with his ideas and so I don't know, meticulous about his program. Like, I mean,
Well thought out.
yes.
Well,
Yes. Yeah, and he trains you as good as he trains his horses as far as the foundation. I mean, and spends a ton of time with when we worked for him. He spent hours with us, making sure we understood it and dissecting it and you know the theory behind everything and why this, you know, just so meticulous and so good about making sure we understand what we're doing and why we're doing it.
So
And why we're training them to do it.
did you take the days off that he was roping?
Yes.
It's a fair question. It's a fair question, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't know.
Yep.
No, because I've seen him do his little inside foot turn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he just sits
drill.
there.
Yeah,
He
and
just
just-
works, and he's so patient. And I mean, he just sits there forever.
Yeah. I think he instills patience in us as much as he does his horses. Honestly, it was pretty neat. And for a long time, I was like, this is boring. But then once you figure it out, you're like, oh. Then when you start stepping them up and doing more, you always have that to go back to, which makes everything make sense and make full circle.
You know what's super cool about the World's Greatest this year, other than you winning it, was also Todd Crawford being,
Yes.
you know, it's so cool to see somebody that's put that into it, that and been doing it for so long that can still play at that level.
Yeah, it was amazing. His horse was amazing, and I mean, I didn't get to see all of his runs, but I've seen, and it was so good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going back to that moment in the show because he was the first horse to work in the fence work, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
He was before you.
So it's really funny. It's a random draw, right? And so he was early in the herd work. I was first, and then he was early in the steer stopping. So was I. And then for the random draw, for the rein work and the fence work, it went Todd Crawford, Boyd Rice, and me and the exact same draw for the rein work and the exact same draw for the fence work. Everybody else below us was mixed up, but the three of us were 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
But after he goes out in the fence work and marks a 220, like he's the only one in the vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
It's either you or him.
Mm-hmm.
Does that put more pressure on you in that moment? Are you even thinking about it, or are you just worried about getting the right cow?
Honest to goodness, I didn't even think about it. Going up to it, it was funny. I heard Russell on the live feed after. He said she knows she has to be a 16 and a half, and I'm like, actually, I had no clue what I had to be. I knew Todd was a 20. I had no clue. I knew we were close. I had no clue what any of the real time scores were going into the fence work. I didn't look at the live score. I didn't look. And Anthony's really good about it too. He knows I never wanna. I don't want to know. It doesn't matter. You know.
Yeah.
I gotta in the fence work, in the rein work. Yeah. I mean, you know. I guess maybe what you have to. If you need to push harder or not, if you need to make up ground. But at that stage of the game, when I was a 223 and a half in the steer stopping, I just wanted to be clean in the reining. I mean, I knew I had a horse that can mark big. And so I didn't want to safety up, but I knew when I run, when you go in there, you know, you can feel what you have underneath you and you can feel what they're going to give you, right? So I just let him do what he does and just try not to screw it up. And then for the fence work, I didn't think about it. The only thing I had, Todd Bergen, he came up to me. I went and watched a couple of the youth cows, and he walked by me and he talked to me, and then Corey talked to me, and Boy talked to me before I went in, and
I gave you a fist bump.
You did give me a fist bump. Yes, that's right.
I'm encouraging. I'm a nice person.
You know, and they all
like we wouldn't have a show without old Gunny Matheson either.
You know, and they all basically said the same thing, different variations, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Just work what they kick in. That's all you need to do. And, you know, Corey said something that really struck home. He's like, Erin, you are working a cow in your own arena at the house. No more, no less. Just do what you would do at home. And when you kind of sit and think about that, because it's really easy to get really, really amped up for that fence work and override and overtry and do too much. And knowing Todd was a 20, I truly didn't know what I needed to be, but I knew I just wanted to leave no room for the judges to be like, well, she, you know, there was space between her and the cow or whatever. Right. I wanted to be as clean and correct as possible. And my cow came out and it tried me. It ran hard to the first turn. And then honestly, I was a little worried because it did back off for that second turn. I mean, it kind of quit me a little bit and I was like, oh, great. But I mean, thankfully it finished strong and that horse was spot on. I mean, I could not have asked him to be any better. He was tight the whole time. And yeah, when they said the 20 and a half, I was pretty confident. And honestly, at that time, I had no clue where Todd and I were in the standings. Because he was a 24. I couldn't remember what he was in the herd, but I did know he was a 24 in the steer stopping. So I was like, we have to be very close.
Right. Do you do anything different, like in the go-round to the finals, as far as... in the reining you can throttle back a little. Yeah. You can kind of do whatever you got to do to be safe, but and get through it, because it feels to me like when I watch the rein work, they don't really want to separate you guys too much in the rein work. They kind of keep everybody right there,
muddled right up, so it comes down to the fence work.
Yeah, and there can be from my eye as a reining horse trainer, there can be a huge difference between a 220 and a 221, that they mark them kind of the same, you know, even though one was much better to keep them together. But in any of the other events, can you throttle back, or you just got to go work what you got?
You have to work what you got. I mean, especially on a cow, if you try to just be safe most of the time, it won't work. You'll safety up, they'll take you around the corner, or if you try to go too hard, which we've all done before, if you try to go too hard, you'll get too amped up and you'll turn it before the center marker maybe. Like, you literally just have to do your job and watch your cow.
Right.
Yeah, watch the cow.
Keep our eye on it.
Now, how were the cattle this year compared to previous years?
They were good.
Good.
Yeah, they were good.
She's not going to complain about it. She won.
Well, her cow, I mean, it looked circling. It looked like just a little puffy cow, and happy cruising around. I didn't see the first part.
The only thing I wished my cow did was run harder to the second turn, but then I thought it was going to die off circling, and it was a little bit backed off in the first set of circles, but then the second set of circles, it kind of picked up and allowed my horse to reach around there and allowed him to gain momentum, which is what helped my score, because he did finish strong, and it finished stronger in the second set than it did the first set, so that helps everything. Gotcha. But the cattle, honestly, were really good. It was some of the better cattle we've had in a long time. I felt like they were very consistent. So
my favorite part of that horse show was what the saddle house guy Adam Schwam did, having
the
a
bit
contest.
deal.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And what was that?
What was that?
They had a bit contest. They had like 25 or 30 of the best bit and spur makers in the world make a bridle bit that's
and they put them in, and then
legal for the cow horse.
Yeah, and you were able to vote on them, and then he had a winner, and then they auctioned them all off online. Yeah, I think Wes Hausler's brought 11 or 12,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where'd they do the Hackamore deal?
That was at the Snaffle Bit.
Okay.
They had a same thing, only Hackamore makers,
For
graders.
rawhide graders. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one was for the bit guys.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have to use the same bit all the way through?
Yeah, that's what made me think about it. I was curious as to what bridle you used.
Yeah, so that was, I was kind of in a dilemma about that, because I have a bridle that I like to use on him for the reining, and then I have a different one that I like to use on him for the fence work. So I'm like, I don't know what one to use. So I went with the fence work bridle, because there's a little more there. So worst case scenario, I have a little more than not enough.
Yeah, and the fence work seems to be that's always the decision.
It's always
maker.
the defining event. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Do you use cocks and stuff when you're in the cutting? And
So this horse, funny, I pull his shoes off for the herd work. So he's barefoot for the herd work. And then I put little like 3/4 plates back on him for the reined work. And then for the fence work, I put corks in.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I can't put shoes on him for the herd work because he can't get stopped.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he's barefoot.
So a lot of people do that, you think?
Mm-hmm. A lot anymore. Yes. Yeah. Most everybody or most of the people that I know, they all cork. We cork up for the herd work.
Do you want them to slide in the steer stopping?
Yes.
Yeah, that helps
he has shoes on for this, like no corks for the steer stopping.
Yeah. So you want them to run out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just worry about catching and let him take care of the rest.
Yeah. Right?
That's what I was.
Catch and then jerk his face off. It don't matter. Yeah. So excited, you just go, got it!
We were
I got it! Can you believe it? I have my thumbs!
Stare at my saddle horn to Dally. Don't forget that. We were roping at a friend's house, and everybody's working on their horses. Running and stopping, and then, they undally, and then they go up and they restop and all the things. And I'm just like, I just want to catch.
Yeah.
And then I let him do the rest. I say, whoa, and pull, and he slides. And they're like, yes, but you have a horse that does that. I'm like, good boy.
Yeah.
He's like, can't horse train and rope. That's too much.
Do you keep some practice horses at home for the roping?
Yes, I have one that's really awesome. And thank God he's a saint, because I back in that box 30 times, and he just keeps.
It's just good.
Yeah, he's just a good horse. Yeah. He's
makes all the difference. In the
all
world.
the difference.
Yeah, he is just a good horse. So I'll run a handful on my show horse, and then I run 100 on my practice horse.
Yeah.
And then ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah. Well, that's how he pays the rent.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Randy
remember we
Paul's
used
horse
to-
was cool there, too.
Say that again?
Randy Paul's old horse was cool
Yeah.
there, too.
Yeah.
He'd run and drag his butt, and then he'd look around and lick his lips like...
That horse is amazing, huh?
Isn't he amazing?
Gosh.
I love that horse.
How, that horse
so
is like,
much.
what, 17, 18?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I love him so much. He's such a good horse.
Yeah. And the Shiloh rides it, and
Yeah.
everybody rides
Everybody
It's a
rides
family
him.
horse.
Yeah.
He's just a good guy,
it. Yeah.
and he loves his job. You can tell.
Yeah, it's cool to see some, because it wasn't but a couple of years ago that I'm such a moron.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. I really appreciate you teeing that up for us, because it's not often that we
in
get
the
to
Run
agree
for a
with
Million, the older cow horse guy that made the Run for a Million,
Okay.
whose son also shows.
Oh. Doug Williamson? Got him.
I hate.
Ron and Philip made it the same year.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking
Yep.
about. That is who I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Because he's like
Yeah.
70 now.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool
Yeah,
because
Ronnie
we
and
don't
Philip made it the same year 2 years ago.
we don't really see that in the reining much. I mean, we don't. By the time you're, what are we doing?
Oh, no. Jeez, dude.
Why were we both
Man. Just brutal.
It is tough around here.
Yes.
It is tough around here.
Aaron, do not feel sorry for them two guys one bit, because all of our tens of viewers know how mean they are to me usually.
No.
I'm paying them back.
I did have somebody once tell me I got to be nicer to Gunny.
Yeah.
I said, no, it is all an act. He sits down there and plays the martyr better than anybody.
They really are a little bit abusive sometimes.
Well, we haven't been lately.
No, lately you guys have been nice.
You've been so sensitive, so we back.
Well, I mean,
He does get sensitive, doesn't he?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially if we start, making fun of his weight or something.
Yeah.
all,
He gets
all
all
I
mad.
all I am is nice to you fuckers, okay? That's all I am. Other than tonight, which you've teed up those situations, and they're teed up in front of a McCutcheon, you just hit them.
Yeah. So yeah, Ron and Philip, you were saying.
Yeah. So another question for you.
Yes.
Who helps you when you do the herd work? Who helps you?
I have Shad Parkinson, Boyd Rice, Corey Cushing, and Tyler Merrill, usually, but Tyler had to leave for the finals to go to Arizona for the rope horse deal. And so Philip Ralls helped me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good group, huh?
Yeah, real good.
Pretty good group.
Yeah.
They qualified? Would you feel like they're qualified to help you?
They're working their way there.
Yeah. You're getting
What about Boyd? I'm surprised that, because he kind of, like, he obviously was the top of the game in the cutting for a long time. And then didn't he kind of just transition more to the cow horse?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And been very successful. Run for a Million last year, the American this year. Was, I think, second. Was he second at the World's Greatest last year on Saddling at Sunrise? And then made the finals again this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, because to be at that level in the cutting, and to, like, I don't know why, because arguably the cutting for a top end guy is still probably the most lucrative part of any of the Western sports
I would
right
have to
now.
agree. Yeah.
So for him to step away, but I'm sure that he likes the challenge of all of it.
Absolutely.
He's a horseman.
Yeah, it's like Todd, those guys that are so he was more in the reining than anything, and then went to the cow horse, and now he's going over to the it's just amazing, those guys that can do that. I feel like do those different events at the level that they can do it at.
Yeah.
Is pretty amazing.
Yeah, for sure. No, it was cool for me to see, because to watch Boyd's transition, like, he was awful in the reining for a little bit. When he started, I mean, it was right. I mean, you're not going to say it probably, but I can say it. It was a struggle, and it is because I can remember Winston Hansman telling me when he used to. The first couple of years he went and did the cow horse fraternity, and he called me and he said, because he was saying, you just go, you do this, it's pretty natural. And then he calls me after the rain work when he loped off in the wrong lead 3 times. He's pulling up and loping off. He says, now I understand why you guys work on all that shit so much. It was harder than I thought, because that horse walked in there and he was not the same as he was at home. I said, oh, really?
It's so humbling.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Weird.
Yeah. And I mean, like, Winston is a fantastic horseman.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's one of the best that have ever thrown a leg over a horse. And until you do the rein work, you don't really know how hard it is.
No. And you to get better, like, I mean, you have to apply yourself and evolve and learn
Yeah.
so much new horsemanship that you didn't even know there was to learn.
Yeah, you didn't know
When you're so
that
good
you needed it.
Yeah, you're so good at one event, and then you step over here to do this, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, for sure. And I think more often than not, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm talking from no knowledge here, but I think when you, in the cutting part of it, the horses probably are more likely to walk into the herd and cut in the show pen probably like they do at home. Whereas the reining, you can have a whole different animal.
Yeah, you break those gates and you're like, what in the
Yes.
world just
Yes.
happened? Where did you go?
Yeah, we talk
Yeah.
about it all that time. You think I'm most nervous at the first futurity we go to if we have a nice horse.
Yeah.
Not because I'm worried if I'm going to do good or bad, but I like this horse,
Yeah.
and if he walks in there and sticks it straight up your butt, then
Yeah.
you're like, now what do you do?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
I saw a highlight of this weekend of us talking with Scotty about a horse jigging.
Yeah.
Corey Cushion's horse in the reining this year was
Oh.
jigging before he loped off.
Yeah. And then
And
loped
then
off in the wrong lead.
Then he didn't get loped
No.
off very good. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He was jigging.
And he was in the hunt too,
Yes,
wasn't he?
yes,
Until
he
that
was-
happened.
He was good in the herd. I don't remember what, but I mean, he was, I think, 218, 219.
He
I
was
think.
in the hunt.
Somewhere in there.
And
Yeah.
steps off in the wrong lead.
And then
Oh.
had to stop to get it.
And
It
was good in the steer stopping, I think.
Yeah.
I think he was.
I think he was in the hunt.
was
yeah.
in the hunt.
Yeah.
Probably behind you guys, but I think
No, I mean, with 4 events,
and he's another one of those guys. It doesn't matter. Going down the fence, you're always got to be keeping your eye on Corey, huh?
absolutely. Yeah. It's funny. When you start the 4 events with the world's greatest, and I think I was an 18 in the herd in the prelims, and I was like, man,
You got some making up to do.
yeah, I'm like, gosh, dang, like I'm behind. There's a 25 and and then I'm like, wait, a minute, there's still 3 full events.
Yeah.
There's so much that can happen. Like, don't freak out.
What did it take to make the finals from the prelims? Like, what did you have to be?
674 and a half, I think, and I was it.
674 and a half, and
Yes.
that's
Average of 18s.
18.
18.
Yeah.
And you were the last hole?
Spot.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was
Yeah,
so
but-
stressful.
Jason Van Landingham was the last hole when
On
he
the
won the
vintage
futurity on the black horse.
Yeah, I had 2 cows down the fence in the prelims, and both of them were less than ideal animals.
Yeah.
And I had a huge bauble.
At that point, it's about making the best out of
Yeah.
it, right?
I never went from being so happy just to see my name above that line. And not below it.
Did you think that because you thought you had a chance to win before the week started?
No. I thought that because I thought I had a horse that deserved to be in the finals.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I felt like he deserved to be there.
That's the one thing that I appreciate about the cow horse. Anybody can walk in there and win that thing because it's so unpredictable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
cows.
I would correct that. Not anybody. Anybody of about 12, 15 guys.
Anybody in the finals has a chance to win
Yeah,
for
so
the
like
most
you
part.
rerun the same finals we run last Saturday or whatever. You rerun that same 15 guys, and there will probably be a different outcome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
because of all the variables.
because
All
of the
the
4
variables.
events.
Yeah.
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 Everyone there is capable.
Yeah, but they're not the same person as winning every year.
No.
You know, it's someone new
They-
almost all the time.
They were
seems like.
saying World's Greatest started in 99, and since 1999, there's been 17 guys win.
Cage
There's
Starlight.
been
25 years.
There's been a handful of guys win it 3 times. Not even a handful. 2 or 3 guys win it 3 times. A couple win it twice, and then everybody else.
The multiple winners, did they win it on the same horses?
Russell Dilday won it on Top Sales Rainmaker 3 times.
Yeah.
Ron
3 times in a
Emmons-
row, it felt like. I mean,
I think it was pretty close, yeah. Ron Emmons won it on Alina Oak twice. Ron Ralls won it on Cowgirl Smart. And
Katie Starlight won it twice, didn't she?
yeah, Teddy. I don't know if he won it on Katie Starlight twice or not. Ronnie won it on a Chicken Time and Cowgirl Smart. And Corey's won it on different horses.
At the end of the day, no matter in that event especially, it doesn't matter. Even with the raining, things got to be going your way that week.
Yep.
At the reigning
100.
futurity or whatever, you just got to, shit's got to be going your way.
100% does. Absolutely.
But even more in what you guys do, because you
awesome.
draw a bad cow, you draw, I mean, in the cutting, you don't get whistled off. I mean, if that so much runs over you, it's just the end of
It's the
story.
way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to draw a good cow and you have to make good decisions at a rapid rate of speed.
Right.
Like, don't fuck it up.
Yeah. 100%.
There you go.
100%. No,
Basically.
yeah, 100%.
I mean, there's no really better way to put it. Just don't screw it up.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I screw lots of shit up. It's okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, if there was a cow involved, you go, that damn cow. I drew a bad cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Keeps your confidence up because you can blame it on the cow.
yeah.
Nobody likes cows.
some-
They're dumb animals.
Yeah. Some of my
And
cutter
they're
friends
dumb.
have told me that. Yeah, well, you can always blame it on the cow. If it doesn't go right. Yeah, that's not the cow I wanted. Some bitch cut that cow I wanted 3 cows before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took my cows. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I'm just repeating stuff that I've heard.
Yeah, nobody says that.
Yes, they did say that to me. They did say that to me. You know what Winston told me? And I don't know about your deal, but Winston told me back in the day when he and a bunch of guys were, his group of guys were winning a lot. They'd settle the herd and you'd watch cows kind of and whatever. But a lot of times you'd cut for shape or do whatever. He says now it is so incredible with these young guys that are winning so much in the cutting. They have guys up there. They sit up there. They have a notebook. They have all these cows. They are so amazing at reading cows. He said that's not really something that we did as much,
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Headphones and walkie-talkies saying, no, not that cow. Checkpoint 2 cow. Cow 2 spots left.
Yeah.
A dog. Wrong cow. Abort. Abort.
Yeah. I don't think it's exactly like that.
That
but
would be cool if it was, though.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, we watch cows a lot. I mean, I think I have pretty good corner help that helps me pick good cows. I don't know how good of cow picker I am, but we watch, we write them down, and
So what's your level of success in picking cows? Like when you watch a cow, you go, okay, I finally got this cow, and it's just a dud. Like it's the one you really wanted, and it's just a dud.
I feel like it's a learning curve.
Yeah, but what's the percentage of success? Like now, like
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't
like,
know. I don't want
Ooh, got lucky.
Yeah.
Got lucky. That one worked out.
Well, I know there's been lots of times where I'm like, hell yeah, I knew that was a good cow, and it's always easy to be like, see, I told you it was good when someone else cuts it and it's just badass. And then there's times when someone cuts one and it was like, whew, they saved us because we liked it and it's terrible.
This is going to be a hard question to answer, but a great horse trainer riding really good horses, somebody that's very successful. Let's say in the cutting, let's say a Don. Let's say he never looks at a cow. Let's say he never has anybody watch, and he just walks in the herd and cuts. How much less successful is somebody like that, do you think?
I mean, those guys that do that for a living, I feel like they have so much feel for a cow. They can feel what they feel like when they're walking in there and how they move away from them. And when
They're reading them.
yeah, they're reading them while they're walking through there. And so honestly, I mean, probably very successful still. Very.
So they're
because
just
they
trying to
can-
feel all important up there looking at the cows.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. That's it. Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't know. What? What are you looking at? What are you shaking your head
I
at
don't
me
know.
for?
But
I don't
Lloyd
know what
Cox
that
doesn't
question
read cows.
was.
He just cuts them things. Oh, he's
Yeah.
a bad man.
Yeah.
He's got a cool hat too.
Yeah. He's got the beard going.
Dude, I saw.
He's cowboy. It looks like he wears his hat on the range.
There was a yearling or a wean. There was a yearling filly that just sold in a flash sale for like $260,000 out of that blackish mare that he won the. No. The deal in the deal. He didn't win the deal in Arlington.
He won the million.
Oh, okay.
I think he was second on there the first year.
Gotcha. He won the deal to run for the million. Cool though. $260,000.
It's a lot for a yearling.
A little horse.
It's fantastic that horses are bringing
I
that.
know. I agree. It's amazing for the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always the people, we talked about it often. There's always the people that, well, the little guy can't play anymore. But it's kind of just, there's nothing you can do about it. It's like the ranch riding. I mean, it started out, it was kind of a peel off of the reining, and people did that, and they could wear, whatever, they could buy a cheaper horse.
Yeah.
Well, the more it starts to grow, all of a sudden,
It's really competitive.
yeah, all of a sudden people are giving $100,000 or $150,000 for a ranch
Or
riding horse.
300,000.
Or 300,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, it just is. What are you going to do? I mean, it's the nature of. There's no way you can put a cap on what horses
No.
cost.
Okay, we're done. You can have your closing speech now. We'd like to hear from you.
Me?
No, her.
Oh.
I'm just
Thanks.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this is the speech time. Speech time. You have the next 5 minutes.
Also not
All
Lauren.
right. You guys didn't tell me that.
We
before
didn't tell you to prepare a speech.
Yeah. And
minute.
go.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the email.
And your time starts now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crawl
Well,
under the table.
Yeah.
Well, Erin, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah.
Congrats on your win.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Congratulations. Very
Thank
cool.
you very much.
Yeah, amazing. It is always the fence work's my favorite part, and you are always one of our favorite people to
you.
watch go down the fence.
Thank
so
you.
it's awesome.
Very much.
Cool.
All right,
Okay, if you're roping, keep your thumbs. But grow the show.
grow the show.